Hey guys, it's Roxy, and I'm coming to you with a special segment based on an email that I received today. Um, Earlier today, I received an email saying, or basically asking me, why even bother to be a part of the ballroom scene because it's fading. You know, the trophies. You know, it's not an Oscar. You're not going to be famous, and you really don't learn anything that you can take on to the next level. And basically, that the ball scene is a waste. And I have to disagree 1,010%. I know plenty of stylists, makeup artists, hairstylists, models, designers, even caterers who have started off in the ballroom scene and have developed beautiful followings and have a very professional career based on their efforts in the ballroom scene. People don't realize it, but balls contain tons of life lessons. You learn prep, you learn planning, you learn how to save your money, you learn about your own creativity, what you can and cannot do, and learn how to take what you or already fuels you to another level. You learn showmanship, you know, how to put on a good show, how to make people stand at their feet, how to make a grand entrance. You learn sportsmanship, how to greet your competition, your opponent, how to be graceful. You learn a huge lesson in humility because every time, you know, you get chopped, to walk away and not spaz on the judges, to not cause a ruckus, to not cause a fight, you know, that's really humbling on your part to allow another person, you know, to judge you and to tell you that you're not face, you're not body, you're not sex siren, you don't have good runway, or that the efforts that you put in toward being creative wasn't creative enough. That's a huge lesson in humility. Ultimately, it also teaches you how to try and try again. Now, that's the biggest life lesson. Nothing that everyone does is going to be 1,000% perfect. Nothing is going to be, make you money and rich and famous and powerful in one try. A lot of people had to fall in their face and get up and try again. So based on this email and my outrage about it, I decided to film this video, and I'm naming it, well, I'm naming the segment Roxy Rant. And I'm naming this particular Roxy Rant, Why Every Femme Should Live Like a Face Girl. Now, I get a lot of emails also from girls who say that they want to walk face, and it's hard for me to find the right words to tell someone that they shouldn't walk face. I think that a lot of these girls are beautiful, but ballroom face in comparison to pretty girl everyday face is two completely different creatures. A pretty girl, you know, you can look at her and say, okay, she's attractive. But with a face girl, they're so judged and they're so critiqued. You have to be impeccable in all five elements of face. And I'm going to go over, you know, some different things on how I feel like you can take being a face girl off the runway and apply it to your everyday life. The first one is skincare. When it comes to a face girl, they have to have perfect, clear complexion. Your skin has to be flawless. That's a given. You can't walk face with blemishes. You can't walk face with bad acne. You can't walk face with, you know, huge moles and cross-eyed and all of that. You can't do that. Like, it has to be a flawless effect. So, many things that people don't realize face girls do is they live every day prepping their skin. Every day is a constant cleansing regimen, making sure they're on top of their exfoliation, making sure they're on top of moisturizing, making sure they're on top of hydrating their body. You'll always see a face girl on a regular day with bottles of water. They drink probably 8 glasses a day, constantly. Like, this is not a, I'm doing it because I want to lose 5 pounds. They're doing it because they know that for every ball that might pop up, the ones they prepared for, and maybe even some that the house might ask them to walk last minute, they need to be on point. I mean, on point. Most face girls don't smoke. You can't smoke. Smoking causes, your teeth to turn yellow, which is big. You have to have, a beautiful smile. You have to take care of your teeth. You have to keep them white. So they can't afford to smoke. Also, pulling on a cigarette, or if you smoke anything else, I won't judge you. It does this to your face, and it causes nothing but wrinkles around your mouth. When you smile, you have to see that. The judges have to see that, and they can't afford that. A lot of face girls don't drink. Drinking dehydrates you. It causes your skin to yellow. If you're an alcoholic, I mean, you'd have to be ridiculous, but it causes your skin to yellow, and they can't afford that. They have to have impeccable skin. Now, as a regular girl who doesn't work face like myself, I take these lessons and say, okay, no, I'm not going to win a trophy for walking face, but I can make sure that my skin is as clear as it possibly can. I can make sure that as far as exfoliating, I minimize my pores, so that way I can apply makeup without it being caked up and, peeling in certain areas. I make sure that I moisturize and keep my skin as healthy as possible. I quit smoking last year, so that's been helping me out as far as, keeping my smile as bright as it can be, even though it's not the best. And I minimized on drinking. That's a big thing as far as calories even. The second thing I want to talk about is hair care. Being a face girl forces you to upkeep your hair. It forces you. You have to constantly get trims. You have to constantly upkeep it. You have to reinvent yourself. You'll see a face girl walk one ball as a blonde, and then 2 weeks later she walked another ball as a brunette, and maybe three months after that she's a redhead. They constantly reinvent themselves, and with that, you have to make sure that you maintain as healthy of hair as you possibly can. Now, not everybody has hair down to their back, like myself. Thank you. But as far as making sure that your weave is on point, you can't see a face girl walk into a party even with bad hair. They won't allow that because they know they have to represent as a face girl. So why not take that same concept and apply that into your life, being proud of yourself regardless of whether or not you walk face, enough to make sure that you always put your best face forward. It's really simple. Another thing as far as face girl hair is they encourage a snatchback, which is what I have right now. This is a snatchback where all of your hair is pulled back into a ponytail. They do that specifically for the judges, so that the judges can see their bone structure and really get into their face without all the bells and whistles, really even analyzing through makeup. And I think a snatchback is the perfect example of something that you can take away from a face girl and put it into your life and use on it every day, because it forces the world to see you. It forces the world to accept that is what you look like. That is who you are. And it also builds up some self-confidence that you can take everything out of your face and allow yourself to be seen. It shows that you're comfortable with being you. And ultimately, that's a big life lesson. The next thing is makeup. Face girls spend a lot of time learning their face, learning how to cover imperfections, should they have any in their face, without it looking like they put on a mask of makeup. They learn how to enhance their natural features. Not every face girl puts on as much makeup as I have on right now. Not every face girl puts on fake lashes. A lot of them walk without makeup at all, but you can learn how to enhance what you already look like in order to be the best you, not a better you, but the best you. Learning how to cover your flaws. Say you have a lot of blemishes and it bothers you. You can learn how to apply foundation in order to hide that, so that way you don't feel self-conscious when you're out into the world. It also fuels your creativity. I actually did this makeup to mimic what a drag queen friend of mine did on YouTube, and I wanted to kind of make it my own look. So I basically recreated it just to see whether or not I could do it, and that's something that a lot of face girls do. They play in it, so that way, based on whatever the theme of the category is for each ball, they have a different look that they can pull out, and they're not playing and putting on the exact same makeup look every single time and time again. It's another way of reinventing themselves for each ball. It also turns you into a different person. I mean, what AG, dom, stud, butch, aggressive, whatever you want to be called, wouldn't mind seeing your girlfriend dress up a little bit, role play, do something different. And all she had to do was put a little paint on her face. It washes right off. Another thing that you can take away from a face girl is their style. They're always very neat. They have to make sure their hair is in place, their makeup is in place. They have to make sure that the dress fits and nothing is, falling all over. They have to put on this persona of being head to toe graceful, head to toe polished, head to toe put together. And that's something that every woman should be doing in their everyday life, is before you walk out the door, making sure that everything that you did is perfect for you. That's the best way of feeling good about yourself, is if you do that. It also shows you showmanship on the runway, being classy, being graceful, not being shady. And yes, the ballroom is full of shade, but shade has its place. And not every face girl is going to be at the ball fighting. They can't afford to bruise themselves. They can't afford to scratch themselves up. So they go out of their way to be cordial and not be as shady, basically presenting themselves as a lady. And that's what every woman should be striving for in the world. So like I said, every femme should live like a face girl. You should be taking care of your skin, taking care of your hair, taking care of your makeup, taking care of your appearance, and putting your best personality and your best face forward. Really quick in closing, you can follow me on Twitter at FortRox. You can please subscribe to my blog, gettingyourlife.blogspot.com, which is all about the woman, butch, and trans man ballroom scene. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Roxi Cotton 2011. And if you have a question or a comment, please email me at roxybangbang@gmail.com. A ball is about creativity, showmanship, and having fun. You combine all three of those elements to get your life. And with that being said, I sign off. This is Roxy. Until next time.